So this is the Edgars Creek coming in here. It's a really interesting spot. You've got the Edgars Creek coming in here, and you've got the Merri Creek here. So the confluence is just sort of just over there, and on some days it's quite interesting if we've had a lot of rain. Hello, I'm Julia Cirillo from the Merri Creek Management Committee. We're organising clean-up days. Friends of Merri Creek also are involved. Today it's Merri Creek Management Committee and RMIT. And the purpose of today is that we're collecting the litter, so we want to remove it from our rivers and creeks where it causes a lot of problems, particularly to our wildlife. But what we're doing here is actually cataloguing the litter. We want to know what types of litter there is, how much of it there is, in order to find out where it's coming from, so that we can talk to the community about organising projects around where's this litter coming from, so we can map it and then talk to those surrounding land users to hopefully try and change their behaviour so that the litter doesn't continue ending up in our rivers and creeks. So microplastics is pretty much plastic bags predominantly, single-use plastic bags and solid plastics that start to break down usually from the sunlight, from UV, and they break into smaller and smaller pieces. So we call them micro or macro plastics, meaning they're quite small. Now they're a problem because what happens is seabirds, fish life, other marine animals actually eat them thinking they're food, and that fills up their stomachs, and then sadly they starve to death because they're obviously not their correct food. The prediction is if we continue going on the way we are, that there's continuing to be lots of plastics in our rivers and creeks and in the Port Phillip Bay and in other parts of the world. By 2050 there'll be more plastic in our oceans than actual animals. On some days it's quite interesting if we've had a lot of rain and the Merri Creek gets quite muddy, but the Edgars Creek is still quite clear, so you see a really interesting mixing zone. So